Okay, guys, today we're going to do a quick recap on the trades that we took. We traded a total of 2 stocks, and we traded several times each stock. The first one we traded for a gap and go setup was PHIO. Here we'll put it up on the 5-minute chart. Here you can see that it had moved from 250 up to a high of 620 up here pre-market. So this made very nice clean moves here. We had a little bull flag here, pulled back, uh, nice move up to $5. They consolidated here at $5, then a possible entry here at 5 for a move up to 620, then a pullback. I did not trade any of this. It's pre-market, and I don't really trade pre-market. I should, but there's times that these stocks will drop. For example, it could be trading up here, and as you're thinking you're gonna get in for this break, it'll flush, it'll come all the way down. So in this case, it'll come down to this level here or this support down here. So from a move from $5 down to 350, that's $1.50 per share of drop. So it's very risky, and I've seen it happen before. So I stay away from those. Um, if the stock is strong, I'll jump in there once the market opens. So this one, I took the trade right before the gate opened in this stock PHIO. This is the 1-minute chart. As you can see here, it moved from 250 up to $6. It pulled back, and I was watching this micro pullback, this bull flag here. I wanted to get in around 513, but it broke pre-market. It broke that level of 513, and I recall yesterday we had a stock, I forgot what it was, but it broke pre-market up, broke out 40 cents, and I was like, well, I'm not letting that happen again. I'm gonna jump in this one, which that's kind of breaking my rules, and it almost cost me today, but I went with smaller share size, so I was managing the risk. So at 513 was the potential entry. I hesitated, and I ended up getting in around 523 pre-market. So the high of this candle was 530. I got in at 523. So as soon as the market opened, it dipped down to 506, pulled back a little bit, and then I ended up selling up here around. I got in at 523, sold around 535, 540, and then it just kept on going higher. 560, it pulled back, micro pullback, or actually a little mini micro pullback here. 550 would be the entry on this one. For a move from 550 up to 650, a whole dollar. I'm telling you guys, momentum is strong right now. So on this pullback, I jumped in as this candle was pulling back from 650. Yeah, I jumped in around 620, and actually I jumped in around 615 because I saw this pullback, and as it was coming up, I jumped in 615. I saw that it was struggling up here at 620, 625, so I bailed out. I made a little profit there, and then it just failed. It failed pretty hard down to 579, and in the next candles it continued to go lower. This would have been a little opportunity, a break of $6 here, 601 up to 617, but this is a doji, so it would have been hard to fill any shares on the ask up here. Most likely it would have been a loss. So that was that trade. Let me see if we took any more trades on this one. No, that was it. After that, it just this stock came down to, let's see, came down to VWAP, this orange dotted line. It was just bouncing up and down. It ended up just failing, and it's just weak now. So the next stock was SNOA. This one we traded quite a few times. There was definitely momentum in this stock. It was very volatile. So pre-market, we can see that it was trading here around $5. It hit a high of 1363. So this was post-market. This was yesterday's afternoon trading after the market had closed. Came down to VWAP. It was just trading at VWAP. And then this market, pre-market, this morning pre-market, it was trading around $11. It hit a high of 1550, pulled back to VWAP right here. It broke VWAP, so you can't really see it because This is a big move from 12 up to 20, but let's see if we can kind of zoom in so you can see the, okay, yeah, there we go. So this is what we saw pre-market. So we saw a high of 1550, a pullback, hit 1450, and then a little bear flag here. So it broke 1370. 1370 was support, which is this right here. It broke it pretty hard, and it broke VWAP. So that right there is just absolute weakness. I mean, it does not get any weaker than that. The next predicted move would have been a break of this level, 1289, down to 1260, and then a, let's see, yeah, and then a break of this 50 moving average, this red line, a break of that, and then just fell. Because I mean, if you look at it, it just looks weak. You see, it had this drop here, and like, okay, well, we're gonna have a little short bounce here, but we're gonna keep failing, going down. Well, it surprised us all. This thing, out of the gates, it exploded. Here, we'll jump into the 1 minute chart real quick. So out of the gates, it exploded. It opened at 1310. It hit a high of, what was this, 1550. It had a huge drop here, down from 1550 down to 1297. It halted for 5 minutes. So I was like, okay, well, this was an exaggerated drop, a $2 drop. So I'm gonna watch this for a bounce. It ended up resuming higher. It opened up at 1349. It pulled back, and as the stock was bouncing up, I jumped in. I know it's really hard to see this little small candle, but okay, there we go. That's better. Okay, so it opened, it dipped, and on the move back up, I tried to jump in here around 13. What was it? 1320 or 1330. I messed up my hotkeys. I messed up my order, and I was kind of fumbling it, and I ended up just basically getting out break even. As you can see, though, this thing was a nice entry, 1330 for a move up to 1470, a halt going up. That would have been a nice win right there. But I'm trying something different. I set up a hotkey to be able to buy these dips on the bid. So, for example, if a stock drops has an exaggerated drop, put out an order with two keystrokes, and then I would buy it at the lowest 2 cents from the lowest price on the bid. And so the bid is like $15. My order would get sent out at 1502, so I can buy just about the very low, and I'll show you a good example of that. And that hotkey worked pretty well, but this was my first trade using it, so I kind of messed it up a little bit. Luckily, it was a break-even trade, and it was small share size, so no biggie. And well, anyways, here it halted going up. It halted at 1477. It resumed on this candle, and then it pulled back. This candle pulled back down to 1411. On the move back up, I got in it. I saw, okay, first it resumed from the halt, and then 15, I saw, okay, well, 15 looks like a good level to get in. I jumped in at $15, sold around 15.50. Beautiful trade, beautiful trade. 50 cents per share. And okay, so this next one, so I mean, I sold way too soon. I mean, this thing kept ripping from 15 up to $18, and then it halted going up. These halts are kind of strange. They resume, and then they dip a good bit before they bounce back up. They do end up bouncing back up though, but you have to be careful with these because sometimes they might not bounce back up, and you don't want to get caught holding these going down. It could get bloody. Well, so remember that hotkey I was telling you about? Well, the low of this candle was 1625. Out of the resumption, it opened, it dipped down to 1625. Well, I got filled like at 1626 at the very low of it. And I sold up here around 1710, around this level. Beautiful trade. Again, I sold too soon. You know, if I would have got in, I did get in there at 1626, but if I would have sold up here at 1958, nice $3 per share from my entry. But so it dipped, got in at the low with the hotkey, and then it bounced up, sold up there at 17. This one I attempted to do the same thing. The low of it was 1658, and I got filled like at 1659, like a penny from the bottom. And this one I ended up stopping out right away. It did not work as I had intended. I mean, it did work. As you can tell, it bounced up to 1733, but it struggled, so I bailed out quick. Let's see, we'll move on to the next trade. So this stock, on this one, it halted going down. So you see, that's why you don't want to hold these stocks. If they don't work, you want to bail out quickly. So I got in at 1658, and it halted going down at 1626. So about 40 cents from my entry if I would have still held. But I got in and got out quickly. Well, ended up halted going down. It resumed at 1626, hit a low of 1566, and I filled down here at 1566. Very nice, excellent entry. So as you can see, my hotkey is working perfect. I mean, to the T. And so I sold up here around 1610, 1620. So not nice, 60 cents, 50 cents from the low, from my entry. And I believe that was it. That was the last trade that I took. Let's see. Yeah, I'm gonna say that was it. So that's I wanted to test out the hotkey today, and it worked just fine as I had planned. Of course, my first entry I had messed it up because I was messing with the hotkeys, but it was a break-even trade. But everything else after that worked flawlessly. So that was it. SNOA. And shoot, I forgot what the other stock was, but it was a pretty nice clean day today. I'm kind of curious to see what Monday's gonna bring in. It's a new month, you know, new month, June the 1st on a Monday. So if you guys have any questions over my trading, or if you'd like to learn how to day trade, let me know, and I'll help you as much as I can. All right, thanks guys.